Hey there guys, Fave here, and wow, there's a lot of people at Super Nostalgia Zone right now. I don't know why this game is booming in popularity all of a sudden, but I just want to show you guys something. Sword Fights on the Heights 4 is a classic game that many people have played over the— oh my god, they're everywhere. And if you look at the sword, you can notice the yellow on the handle, and the black tape on the grip, and the yellow ball on the bottom, and it's a sword. It's the iconic linked sword. It's classic, it's iconic, and oh my god, I think I'm gonna leave because— this is the Link Sword. Now before I can talk more about the Link Sword, we have to do today's challenge. And today's challenge is, if Fave picked this challenge, then smash that like button. Also, I noticed most of you aren't subscribed, so what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell, and a fan will blow you air. I mean, you gotta stay cool, you don't want to overheat, you know? But anyways, let's talk about it. So this is the Link Sword with blood and iron. Now, as a matter of fact, the Link Sword is a gear, and a couple of fun facts about this very here gear. So at the game I was just at, Sword Fights on the Heights, there's a lot of swords you can find in-game. And from 2009 to about 2012, all of these swords were released as rare limiteds to the catalog. And the most expensive and notorious of them would be the Dark Heart, which used to be worth a lot more. As you can see, it was worth 1.3 million back in 2019 when I owned it. But of course, it's plummeted over the years as the demand for gear has really shrunk over time. And of course, there's other swords like Venom Shank, which is only worth 55,000 Robux. You got Wind Force sitting right now at 100,000 Robux. You got Ghost Walker, which is 150. By the way, all of these swords used to be worth way more, but nobody likes gear apparently. You got Ice Dagger, which is so forgotten, but it's worth 70,000 Robux. You got Firebrand, which is sitting high at 80,000 Robux. And the thing is about all these other spin-off swords is that they're all retextures of this original linked sword, as it's known today. So why am I making— well, you read the title. And the funny part is, after they released all these other swords, the last sword they released was the original classic linked sword. And the linked sword is one of the oldest items on Roblox. It could be seen in videos from 2006. Like, this has been a part of Roblox since the very beginning. Now, what is the controversy behind this sword? Like, at first it just seems like a normal sword. Maybe it's controversial because, like, you can kill people with it? I don't know. I mean, now, another famous use of the sword is the stage prop, which currently costs 100 Robux. And as you can see, it's the same as the Link Sword, except it's upside down and going straight into your head. So, if I were to try it on, you can see I'm being stabbed in the head with the sword, and I guess rainbows coming out of me as a result. Kind of a vibe. In fact, I'm gonna put it on. But yeah, the stage prop used to be 50 ticks, and then they changed it to 100 Robux. And this thing has been purchased over 500,000 times, so it's a pretty famous item. But yeah, the Link Sword, what if I told you that it was actually stolen? So shout out to Robo Eyeglass 101 for finding this the other day. And let me just go ahead and explain to you guys a quick concept. So Turbo Squid is a website by Shutterstock where you can find 3D models. Now, a 3D model is basically something you can import into Roblox, and it'll be a 3D, like a mesh of some sorts. And Robo Eyeglass was just looking for a sword to use in his game here, and he found this. Now, at first you might just think, wow, look, it's the Roblox sword. But then, when you kind of look at it more, it's called Sword by Kelly_B_C, and it's free to download. Now, if you look at when this was released, it's from January 19th, 2002, long before Roblox ever went into alpha or beta or anything, before the sword was ever introduced to Roblox. Now, this has gone largely unnoticed for almost 20 years, but thanks to my friend Ghostwriter Robo Eyeglass 101, he found this sword. And if you think this is not the same sword, well, you've been mistaken. I mean, look at the handle and look at the dagger. It's the same exact sword. Look at it. And if you still don't believe me, let's go ahead and download this real quick, you know? Let's get us this short sword. And let's read the description too. This is a zip file containing the .obj file for a one-handed sword. Now, it is not unethical that Roblox took this sword and used it in their multi-billion-dollar game, but it is interesting to think that this person probably has no idea that millions of kids have seen their sword over the years, and it's being used in a multi-billion-dollar company. Like you can see this version here where the sword is actually textured. And when you compare this one even more directly, we can even compare all the little details. As you can see, the tip gets a little bluer here, and it does the same thing on the real one on Roblox. As you can see, ratings are good, but without feedback, I cannot improve the item. And I don't think Roblox ever left feedback on this item. Now to be fair, other things on this website cost money, but this was free. So like I said before, it's not unethical that they stole the sword, but I do think it's really interesting to see that they just took the sword from the depths of the internet and it became the famous Link sword, used in thousands of Roblox games over the years. Now it's become largely forgotten over the years, but this is a very important part of Roblox's history. Like, they've had entire sword fighting tournaments. In fact, sword fighting tournament by the Gamer 101, the default sword of that game is this. Or if you go to like fencing, I mean, it doesn't use the sword, but it uses the scripts within the original sword. So for instance, let's go back to the sword here and let's download it. Thanks for purchasing this model. So if we take a look at the texture for this sword here, let's go ahead and open it up in Chrome. So let's go on Imgur real quick and let's go ahead and just upload the image. So this is the image I got when I downloaded the sword. And if we go back to the Link sword and we look at the texture, you have sword texture and then you have this. Well, I don't know about you, but it's pretty darn plain to see that these are pretty much the same exact thing, down to how the scribbles are on the page and how everything is laid out. This was the free sword they found on the website. So what's up here, bro? Well, let's go ahead and take this investigation a little bit deeper. Let's open up Roblox Studio. So here we are in Roblox Studio. Now the first thing we're gonna do is type in sword. And you have sword by Roblox, the classic, iconic sword. We put it into the starter pack. And then the thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy and paste this. And we're going to name this Classic Sword 2. And just to make sure I can tell the difference between the two swords, I'm going to delete the texture from the second one. And now I'm going to take a brick. This is a mesh part. So now I've imported the mesh. This is the sword from the website. And if I go ahead and do some quick modifications, you know, now I haven't formatted everything in the perfect way. But if you look at this sword, which is the one I imported, and you look at the original, there is quite literally no difference. All the same details are everywhere, and they're the same freaking sword. So what gives? I don't know. It's strange. Let me know what you guys think down below. I mean, there was the big controversy with the oof sound effect over the last year or two, and that has been boiled out into this ugly thing that happened with Roblox. I hope the same thing doesn't happen with the classic sword. Now, given the sword's a little less iconic than the oof sound, but either way, it's still a very recognizable part of Roblox. It's unmistakable. So, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I hate to expose it like this, but hey, it's good content. I want to know your opinions on this stolen sword fiasco. I'm glad to have discovered something. I haven't discovered something in a while. Shout out to Roblox Eyeglass 101. And yeah, give me your opinions and thoughts down below. Make sure you smash that like button. Follow me on Instagram at Fave here. Follow me on Twitter at Roblox Fave. Give me your opinions in the comments down below. Join my groups on Roblox, the Roblox Fave Fan Club, and Fave's Cave. And join my Discord server, Discord.gg/Fave. We do giveaways to people that are active. And it's your boy Fave, and I am out.